Hey guys, so sorry no video yesterday. Had a bit of a health scare and ended up having to go to the hospital to get some intervention done, but we are back home. I am rested. Um, and we've got a lot to talk about. I actually want to look at two of Foodie's live streams that she's put up in the last 24 hours. The first one, her and Salah have a fight. And then the second one, she's trying to explain everything away. And so I thought we would look at the fight first, and then we would jump over to her explanation for everything. Um, a lot of people are saying this fight might have been a fake fight because at the beginning of her live stream, she said, "What do I have to do? Fight with my husband to get views?" Um, and then this happened on a live stream. But I have my own opinions on why it happened. She was talking about a couple of what I would feel Salah would think were touchy subjects. So I think he was already a little irritated by the time that he showed up. And then things just went from there. So let's take a look and see what we think. Here we go.
I just reset it and it was okay. I said, if you don't come in now, I'm eating your chips.
What? Give me the chips.
No. I said I would eat them for $50.
No way. Close.
So, Strawberry said, so how can we get booza?
They're closed now, right? So luckily they are closed.
Luckily they were closed. Luckily for you, eh? So all the work is done there?
Nothing with them.
See, she says that he was grumpy and he's the one that started it. However, earlier in the live stream, he was texting her, like, he likes to text her numbers and times, like, to remind her, like, of cute things or for her to say soulmates or whatever. And so, like, earlier in the live stream, he had texted and said 11:11. That's one of the things that he does. He comes in and he sounds very amiable. He sounds in a decent mood. And she was in a decent mood until she says, "Is all the work done out there?" And he says, "Not everything." And then we get this look. She is the one who starts getting kind of moody before anything else happens. So I just kind of wanted to point that out.
Oh, can we? Hey, Nina! He seems shy. No, he's okay.
Okay, Nina has also been a place of contention um, between Salah and Foodie. He very regularly is flirting with Nina in the chats, and he also made Nina a mod without Foodie's permission. And when Foodie found out, she was very irritated about it. Um, and I think some of that is because if anybody remembers the Kybella situation, Salah was very friendly with Kybella in chat before we found out anything else was going on outside of that. And so I wonder if maybe that's a concern of hers. And so Nina is already a touchy subject. And, the more often Salah is in chat, the more he's spending time talking to her.
Julia beside you?
No.
Oh. He sounds like he's had a long day. Needs all the shisha. Sheesh McGeesh. Shisha. Here, sweet love. Janice Dickinson. The real one? No. Going well, Star. It's a lot. It's very homey right now. Say, women talk. I need to paint my toes too. Oh, I'll watch the chat replay. Don't worry. We were just beezing. Scapegoat. Nina, for the most beautiful couple in the whole world, let's go somewhere nice soon. Aw, thanks, Nina. You're sweet. I appreciate you. Thank you. You're always so nice and generous. Hey, House Balance. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Remember, I used to set goals to go places in Kuwait, but I don't know where we could go here. We'll find somewhere. I don't even know what Beeson. Misbehaving. We're up to no good and having fun. And having fun doing it. When can we go to the world's biggest restaurant in Damascus? Is it still? I don't even know if it's still open. I let my friend money not knowing it was for online gambling and now they don't have it. Uh-oh. I hope it wasn't too much. Yeah, going alright, Nina. How's yours? My 12-hour stream, yeah. Oh, Bawabet Damashq. Yeah. Salah, take us to Bawabet Damashq. Families who live in caves in Afghanistan? Oh, wow. You can make any place a home. That's what I'm saying. You don't need to have, you know... Oh, Aaron! Thank you, Aaron. You're always so sweet, too. Thank you. Thanks, Aaron. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Am I going to decorate for fall and Christmas? Not Christmas, probably, but... He's eating the chips! I guess we can sing the chips a goodbye song. Na 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 na, na 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 na, hey hey hey, goodbye. Aw, thanks, babe. I got one. Meh. Cheese meh. Yeah, I'm living right well, I know. Beeson? AI overview, Beeson is a dangerous... Oh, no, that's not what Beeson is. That's such a dumb... Isn't that dumb time spoken? Like, who does that? This is why kids need to go out and play with sticks in the dirt. You leave them in the room with all this time in their minds and they come up with putting blip balm on their eyelids. That's it.
I honestly believe all the trends like that come up are people trying to go viral. Um, that's it. It is a question that I have really started to really contemplate and think about and try and figure out how to present it and cover it in a way that would be entertaining, but also informative. Because we watch the girls and we see how they behave and what they have been willing to do to get viewership and money. And what is your cost of fame? What is your cost of money? Is it more important to be seen as famous or infamous? Because infamous seems to get you more views sometimes. That's something that I've really thought about, because one of the things she discussed earlier in the stream, she talked about her views being low, and somebody said, yes, it's because everybody's moving over to Rosie. And she said, well, that's great because I'm not willing to demean myself anymore to make money. Well, unless I'm stuffing myself with food. So she looks at what Rosie's content is and finds that demeaning and degrading for her to be doing that. But at one point, Chantal was not above that as well. So what is the cost of what is a dollar worth to you? What are you willing to do to get a dollar in your pocket? And I think that's something that she is struggling with right now, honestly.
I play real life Sims. Anyways. What movie should Salah and I watch? What's the 27th, Nazreen? Is this one called? Why? Am I bad?
Okay, I don't know if you guys can hear or not, because he's talking very low. But he said that he's not going to buy her Pepsi anymore. And she says, why? And he says, because you're drinking two a day. So he's telling her, you're having way too much Pepsi. Because of it, I'm cutting you off. I think at first she thought that he was joking, and then maybe she realized that he's being serious.
Oh. Where you hear the fan? Some people have 5 or 6 cans of soda a day. And you're freaking over 2 sodas? Huh?
Okay, so right there, she is going to blame this fight on Salah. However, I think she is picking a fight. Because, he says, I'm going to buy you no more Pepsis. You're drinking 2 a day. That's too much. And then to put him in his place, well, other people do a lot more than me, so I don't know what your problem is. Huh? Huh? That to me is kind of a bit of an aggressive approach to it. And yes, there are lots of people who drink 5 to 6 pops a day. However, I don't know that those people that tend to do that are diabetic, not on insulin and taking their medicine all the time. I don't know that those people have the health history that Chantal does, and how many of them are honestly her size. Um, so I don't know that that's fair for her to use that argument to try and prove that he's wrong. On top of it, I am of the very firm belief, and you guys can disagree with me all you want, when it comes to relationships, um, you always support your significant other in public. You only correct them in private, and you correct them in a loving manner if it needs to be done, and you never air your dirty laundry out online. Like, that is how you protect your relationships, and that is how it should be done. And one of the reasons that I really think that is that if me and my husband have a fight or a disagreement, um, he may hurt my feelings and upset me. And, if I call my mother and say, you won't believe what he said to me and he made me cry, my mom is not going to be as quick to forgive him as I am. Because I'm able to sit back and be like, hey, maybe I was having a really sensitive day and it really wasn't anything to cry about. Or a lot of times we realize that our disagreements, at the end of the day, we were both saying the same thing, but saying it in different ways, and it's just a miscommunication. It was nothing worth really having an argument about. And it is easier to deal with that internally within our relationship instead of bringing that out for everyone else to see and everyone else to judge. Because, like I said, not everybody is going to be as quick to forgive him for missteps as I am. And it's the same way with him. I think that is one of the best things you can do for your relationship, because it also, since they put their relationship all out online, it would give people less cracks, to see the ability to see less cracks in the relationship and find a way to get in there and nudge their way in and to cause more rifts and problems. But I do not know that either one of them have enough self-control to do that within their relationship.
Hmm? Hmm?
See, and she's still poking at him.
Watch Cabaret with Liza Minnelli. No. I don't know, Marmoset. For 3 months right now. No, Tiffany. So far, yes, we are safe. Carolina. Yeah, you're causing the stream to loop. He's gonna bite your feet. Yeah. Did I change my filter? For where? Which one, Nina? This is stealing. I was in Doha, yeah. Thank you, nothing is dangerous. Just laying on your side. Have you ever seen this on their side? Like, when they just lay like this? Something seems different? Yeah. Maybe all those countries will gang up, come together. I don't think Qatar has an army, though. That's the problem. Sealing like a seal in the zoo. I never heard of sealing before. Oh, really? No, he's okay. Hey, Hidden Sapphire! You ever just think of something you can't say out loud, but it makes you laugh? Yeah, Barbara, right? Processed food, yeah, it's hard. You understand now, Jason? I can't say it. Yeah, I know. Let's get some steps in. No ceiling? Yes, nothing here. Oh, nice, Lily. Yeah, somewhere. Oh.
This feels so slow. I have her in 1.5, and it still feels so amazingly slow.
Thanks, Kitty Charms. Yeah, I am tired. Um, I think about the bombings, Trump said, because Qatar is, as you know, an ally of U.S., but he kind of like was like, well, it's too bad that it happened to be in Qatar, but they were targeting Hamas, and Hamas has to be eliminated, blah blah blah. So kind of excusing it. We're gonna have another snack before bed. Uh, no.
See, she looks over at Salah and says no, and then when she thinks he's not paying attention, she says yes. I mean, it is obvious, like, a lot can be said about Salah, and, I agree with a lot of it. However, what cannot be said is that at any point in time has he not tried to help her get healthy. He has tried to refuse to get her fast food and junk food. He has tried to get her to cut back on soda. He tries to get her to not eat snacks in the middle of the night. He bought her the treadmill. Whether it was his money or her money, he is the one who made the choice and said, "We are getting you a treadmill. You are going to get healthy." Um, that is something that he's always kind of worked towards. And yes, he may have his own motives for it. I think Salah really wants to travel. I think he wants to have a more active lifestyle than what they have right now. But for that, he needs her healthy, because she funds this lifestyle. So I kind of find it very disrespectful for her to say one thing when she's looking at him and then turn around and, tell her chat something completely different behind his back. That just might be a me thing. But I mean, if you want to sneak around and do things your husband doesn't want you to do behind his back, then do that. But I wouldn't sit here online and be like, my husband said I shouldn't, but guess what? I'm going to anyways. It's not just, I mean, you're not just disrespecting him in private then. You are standing loud and proud and disrespecting him for thousands to see.
Really time spoken. I need to put bees in the chat GPT. My definition. No more snacks. Probably not. I'm actually really sleepy all of a sudden. I keep wiggling my head. Oh. I feel like I'm on an iceberg, like a seal. You go to bed with bees whistle up? What comment, Carolina? May? May? I got your text 11:11.
Yeah.
Icebergs, right ahead! I don't know, that's better with them. About thumbs up comment. The reaction channels are saying Nina and Salah are having a secret relationship. Oh yeah. They say that about anybody Salah even comments to.
That's not true because I don't hear any comments going around or conspiracy theories about Salah and Teardrop trying to hook up with each other. I mean, just saying.
Bugger me?
Although it would be hilarious because maybe then we would get a Teardrop channel. And I'm here for it. It's got to be more entertaining than what Chantal's doing these days.
Oh boy. Tiffany. Just experiencing a new culture, you know? What hecky? What the F? Don't forget to thumbs up, guys. True, YouTube lover, that's what I heard too. Yeah, they do that to every person he does comment to. They like to nitpick. True. Like, that's so weird. No strawberries?
It's not weird because he's done it before. Kybella was a beezer. She was all up in your chat and active, and Salah paid a whole lot of attention to Kybella. And look at what that got you. It got us a lot of entertainment, which is kind of sick to say, but it did. And it got you hurt and in the predicament that you're in now.
Right? Yeah, now they have content. I don't know, Tiffany. Probably cans of ravioli. If I could bring anything from Canada, maybe in dill pickle powder. I don't know, man. Big Turks. Sorry for the buffering. Sorry for the buffering. Buffering bees. Okay, time spoken. Thanks for beesing.
See, and she looks over at him irritated because whatever it is that he's doing on his phone, he is in chat for part of this. I can't show you that now because she has the chat replay turned off. But whether it was him being in chat or him playing games on his phone, something that he is doing is causing the internet to not work correctly. And this seems to be a regular thing. And I think she's finally figuring out that her streams are worse when Salah is home and on his phone.
It is crashed. That's weird, Barb, eh? I know, I am tired. Are we gonna bees tomorrow? What are we gonna do?
Oh, that's easy.
We're gonna go somewhere? Thanks, time spoken. You think we'll go somewhere? What?
I just said I don't know.
Why are you grumpy?
Okay. So she said, "Are we going to bees?" And he said, "I don't know. We will see," which means he's not sure what they're doing tomorrow. She did not either like that answer or wanted a more direct answer, so she repeated the question in a different manner a couple of times. And he wasn't happy with that. And then she looks at him and says, "What?" And like, kind of, I don't know. It's like coming at him. To me, that is a very aggressive move. If my husband did that to me, I would think we were getting ready to fight physically. I showed my husband this clip of the live stream, and I said, if I did this to you, like if this was the body language that I presented in this situation, what would you think? And he said, I would think you were about ready to throw hands. So if that's what, like, if that's how I feel and that's how he feels, like, that comes off as an aggressive stance towards Salah. And really and then he follows that up immediately with saying, I already said I don't know. I honestly think she is the one that is nitpicking at this and trying to cause this to happen. Um, and honestly, I don't think it's a good look.
Grumpy. Why are you grumpy? Since you got in.
I'm tired.
Okay, but why does that? Why are you taking? Like, why even sit here and be grumpy then? Ugh. Game over.
Okay, she needs to learn to read the room, first of all. Um, my husband he's a blue collar worker, and he works very hard. And some days he comes home beyond exhausted. When he gets home and he's feeling like that, I'll say hi, how was your day? I'll listen to him talk, but outside of that, I try to give him like an hour time frame that he can kind of decompress and kind of relax a little bit before I'm bombarding him with, hey, what about this? What about this? I need you to help me do this. Can we do this? Oh, by the way, this happened. Because, you know, yes, those are things that I need his help with. However, part of my job is to make sure that he is taken care of. So if that means I need to give him an hour to be able to relax and kind of just breathe for a little bit, that's fine. She already said he was tired. She already said it had been a long day. So why sit and poke at him when you know those things? You could just give him his space for a minute or two. Maybe end your live stream so that he can really relax. But I think she's clueless as to anything outside of herself.
Do you like people treating you like shit, guys? I don't like it.
That was not it. He said, I don't know, twice. And from what I could tell, he said it in a very calm tone. He wasn't aggressive with it. Uh, I don't know how she could take it the way that she did.
Seriously. Thanks, not. Well, he can go have space. Like, don't sit here and treat me like crap and give me dirty looks.
Get over it.
Get over it. You've been treating me like shit since you came in here. And I've been nothing but nice to you.
You're alive now, right?
Yeah, but I don't care.
Okay, and that's the big thing right there, is that she says that you have been treating me like shit since you got in here. I don't know that he has. He was sending her sweet text. He shared his chips with her. He was laughing, he was giggling. She did not get the answer that she wanted. She doesn't have him talking and being loud and, entertaining for her chat. It's all about her. Nothing that I have heard him do. That's one of the things that I try to do. I try to put myself in her shoes and think, if this was my husband doing this, nothing that he did would have offended me. Nothing that he did felt disrespectful. Until he kind of just now raised his voice and said, get over it. But honestly, I would probably have the same response, because she is now sitting here on live stream, giving him dirty looks, talking crap about him, sitting in his family home, telling him he can leave and go somewhere else if he needs space, and doing it all on a live stream. Like, that is blatant disrespect, because she didn't get what she wanted out of this.
Don't talk to me all night then. Like, I don't like rude people. You should have eaten his Doritos.
Okay, but she's rude. She's being rude now. I I don't really ever feel like somebody has a leg to stand on in a fight. Like, I can't look at you and say, don't you dare scream at me when we're fighting, if I'm standing there screaming at you. Like, if you're going to call somebody out and say, well, you're being horribly rude, you're being disrespectful, you better make sure that you are minding all your P's and Q's, and that your tone is calm, it is soft, it is respectful. I mean, because people tend to match energies. It's just what happens. and she is continuing with the rudeness. She's continuing with the disrespect. I mean, she just told him to go somewhere else while she's sitting in his home. I I don't know that I will ever have a backbone that big to say that to somebody.
Not in my world, nothing here. Gorlick is rushing to record. Well, he's working for free like a loser, so I hope he enjoys it.
Clearly she's not sure what's going on in this corner of the internet. Gorlick is not working for free. He does very small little recaps like he used to do on YouTube because, Foodie helped to get him demonetized. However, he has a Patreon channel that he does full reactions to. And Patreon is a pay to use service. So he's more than getting monetized. He's more than making money. He's just not monetized on YouTube. But clearly, she does not know that.
Poor Gorlick. Uh. Yeah, right, Star. Anyways. You're making me uncomfortable. Like, I don't even want to talk about anything now.
He's making you uncomfortable by just existing in the same room as you. Like, you are being a 3-year-old and throwing a tantrum. That is what this is at this point. Because, as far as I can tell, the worst he did was say, I don't know.
What's the story with the doorknob? Yeah, but for me, like, it affects me, like, long term. Like, I don't like when people treat me like that, so.
Okay. Has he always treated her great? No, he hasn't. He has cheated on her. He has thrown water in her face. Um, he has yelled at her. He has told her to shut up. Like, he has not been great. But neither has she. I mean, we've watched her sit and talk crap about him. We've watched them fight multiple times. We've listened to her talk crap about him on I don't know how many lives. Um, she has thrown pillows at his face. She has screamed at him. Nobody is innocent in this situation, honestly. And, if it affects me long term, why are you still here? Because this is something that was happening even in Kuwait. I mean, it must not affect you that much.
Right? Like, sorry, but. Yeah. Can I go in the room or.
Like, she's making it worse now. Like, fine, you won't leave. Can I at least leave? Can I at least get away from you? I, I don't understand how she has turned it into this.
I have no idea. He came in the house, sat down, just like giving me dirty looks over like little things. I don't know. Just dumb vibe. I hate it.
Was it actually a dumb vibe, or were you reading too much into it? Maybe he's tired. Maybe he's exhausted. Maybe he's stressed out. Maybe he's irritated that he came inside and you're still on a live stream and he wants to relax in his home and can't because you're live.
Really, Sam? Like, don't take it out on me if you're tired. Like, what? I'm your wife. Like, I treat you always nice.
Okay, I treat you always nice is really bad grammar, first of all, but we're not going to talk about that. As I just said a few minutes ago, she does not always treat him nice. She yelled at him because he told her no donut. Like that, I don't know how that comes across as always nice. Um, and on top of it, and like I hate to say this again and stress it again, she is living in a country where wives and women are seen as property. She is supposed to be living a traditional Muslim marriage. In that, it means that your husband is the head of the household. Your husband is who whose orders you follow, who, I mean, they are in charge of you. They are your boss. With that, that means that you do not disrespect them. You generally do not talk back to them. This is not the kind of behavior that you should be displaying. So, first of all, this is what you always do online, which, if anybody from that area or from this religion sees this, I think they would feel that you were always disrespecting him. And they would feel sorry for him and find your behavior a little bit appalling. But then on top of it, when you throw in the yelling and screaming when she doesn't get her way, the fact that she used to steal his wallet, and on live streams, he would be getting a hold of her and saying, "Where is my wallet? What did you do?" And she would have taken it and taken all of his money out of it. She has thrown pillows in his face. She has embarrassed him multiple times. Like, this is not always treating him nice. That's not what this is. This is the farthest thing from it, actually.
Canada's calling. Yeah, right now I feel like going. Honestly.
Okay, well, this is something that I think is very important to point out. She says Canada is calling because things are not working out how she wanted. Because of one little hiccup, it's enough that you want to flee this country and go to Canada. But honestly, the same thing happened when she was in Kuwait with the Bruce situation. She came online and it was pretty much, you know what? I'm leaving. I'm getting out of this country as fast as I can. Screw Salah, he's on his own. Like, you cannot tell me that you are in a deeply committed relationship and the second that things get a little weird, we're ready to run thousands of miles away.
Anyways. Okay, if you're tired, don't take it out on me. If you're an adult, you need to learn how to control your emotions. And, like, you know?
That is really rich coming from her because she does not control her emotions. She gets a little upset, the tiniest bit upset, and she takes it out on Salah. She takes it out on her chat. She takes it out on reaction channels. Um, I mean, her ability to control her emotions is almost non-existent. I mean, and that's just what it is. I mean, look at what happened during the last Ramadan. Uh, like, how can you tell me that that is controlling your emotions?
Like, Janice. Like, I didn't do anything. I'm just, like, sitting here. And then I feel like every time I talk to you, if I annoy you, I won't be here. That's it. It's simple. Like, no problem.
Okay, he left the room, gave her what she wanted, and so now she is yelling so that he can hear her. But he needs to control his emotions and needs to be an adult about things and be more respectful.
Anyway. Whatever. Ava. Thanks, Sniper Tag. What did you say, if you love it? Yeah. Like, I get I shouldn't talk, like, about personal things online, but this happened, like, now, while I'm online, so I just lost it. Like, I get really, like, touchy. Yeah, so anyway. Well, then maybe I'm not right for being here then, Jason. Maybe I'm not made for this way of life then, because I don't care, man or woman, I don't like people disrespecting me and treating me like shit, and I'm not going to take that. Where I'm from, I don't take that, so that's it.
Okay, where you are from, this is one of the things that I have been saying I am most concerned that it's going to get Chantal into trouble. Where she is from, in the Western world, it is very much, I am woman, hear me roar. I am a strong, independent female. I don't need no man. And in general, the Western world as a whole looks down on traditional marriage roles. However, that is acceptable here in the Western world. Where she is, that is not the case. Um, you are supposed to be where she is, and in traditional marriage roles, your husband is the head of the household. You are supposed to be submissive. You are supposed to be obedient. You are supposed to have a servant's heart. That that is what she should be portraying and doing in this kind of a marriage. But the entire time she has been with Salah, she has very much had the stance of, I'm a Western woman and this is my culture. Well, you're not living in your culture. You you became part of his religion, and then you moved to his area of the world. You moved to the Middle East, and with that means taking up the mantle of the culture that is there. That's that is just part of it, and that's generally how it works anywhere in the world. If you marry someone who lives internationally and you move to their country, you don't stand there and scream, I'm a Canadian, I'm an American. No, you try to merge into their culture and become a part of their culture. That's how you end up living your best life, because you're not always seen as an outsider, you're not always seen as weird and different. And she has refused that. And then again, like I say, how many people are watching this that do live in the Middle East or are part of a Muslim marriage, and they're watching this and saying, oh my gosh, what is she doing? What is happening? And how does that reflect on Salah?
And I don't care who proves, disproves, that's how I feel. And that's it. It's not going to change, No.
Okay, if that's not going to change and you're not willing to change it, then maybe you don't need to be in a country where that is a requirement. I mean, just saying, there are rules in that country, laws in that country that says that Salah could take her out in the street and do whatever he wants. And when he said it's because she was disrespectful and wasn't a good Muslim wife, most of the community would cheer him on. Like, I hate to say that, but it is what it is. And I don't think she is smart enough to realize that or wrap her head around what that really means and why her behavior should be changing.
No, he's not sitting here. Anyways, whatever. Maybe I should go.
Okay, so I think now is a good time for us to boop over to the other live stream that she had up. And it's her explaining, kind of explaining herself about what happened. We're going to start about the 2-minute mark, just because the beginning of hers is always her just saying, hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? So we're going to start there and hear what her explanation is for her behavior.
Clear the area out because we are a married couple. We love each other, but teardrop, hello. Obviously, you know, issues should be handled offline, but I'm very reactive. No. And I don't know. What?
See, she's sitting and saying, well, I'm very reactive. I just don't know. You were the one standing there screaming for him to control his emotions. Like you were throwing a fit that he needed to learn to control himself. But this was you. I think one of the things that they could do, I know she's probably not watching my channel. I know she probably doesn't want advice from me. But one of the things that they could do is set up ground rules for when they are arguing or fighting. That is one of the very first things that me and my husband did. And they're not crazy rules. Like we just established from the beginning, if we are having a disagreement or we're arguing, we will not raise our voices at each other. If we are not able to sit and in this tone discuss our issues, we are probably not in the right place for us to deal with it at that point in time. Because if we cannot stay at this tone, there's a very good chance that we are going to say something out of anger or something we don't really mean. It also means that there's more of a chance for us to like poke at each other and not actually be trying to confront the situation that we are facing. Another rule that we set in place beforehand is that if we are having a serious discussion and we are, having a disagreement or whatever, we do not cuss at each other. Like we can use foul language all we want any other time of the day. However, if I am sitting down because I have an issue with you or you hurt my feelings or we're discussing something serious, that is not the place for me to use that language, because it is too easy for a word to be used that at any other point wouldn't offend me, but suddenly it has a different meaning because we're in a serious situation. We also have the understanding that if I'm not in a good place or he's not in a good place and we need to have a timeout, we can just say, you know what, I don't know that I'm ready to discuss this yet. And we will both go find something else to do, 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever it is. And when we've had a little bit more time to process and kind of gather ourselves, then we come back, because the whole thing is that we are two adults that are married, and that means that we need to handle all situations as if we are adults. And that includes our disagreement and our arguments. So if that means that we need to breathe a little bit and we need to have rules like we won't raise our voices, we will not cuss at each other, I don't see anything wrong with it, because it forces us to handle it like adults instead of having temper tantrums and screaming and, kind of picking on the other person or being disrespectful. I mean, it really forces us to step in to the place of adults and say, this is how we're going to handle it. And let me tell you, the longer we do it that way, the less disagreements we have, the less arguments we have, because it forces us to learn how to communicate with each other and to communicate in a healthy manner. And I honestly think it would do wonders for them if they would implement that. But she is not going to listen to me, and what do I know?
And I don't want my channel to be about that, like relationship drama, like, shouldn't be, I don't know. No, I'm not like apologizing. I just don't think that I should have been like reactive online about it. It doesn't help. But I think he's passed out because he was just very tired. Hey, Nina. Um, yeah. I guess I just felt like, to summarize, I just felt, really, Julia? Oh, so your boyfriend hates me. Yeah, I mean, of course we'll get through it. It's just, YouTube butter. Yeah. Well, that's
I don't know that I would want to get through it with her. I mean, if the second that I kind of barely ticked off my significant other, for whatever reason, if their immediate response was fine, I'm going to leave, I'll go back home. Why bother? Clearly, your intention is not, like from the very beginning, your intention is not to stay. I'm a very firm believer that what people say in like anger or like heat, in the middle of like heightened and heated emotions, that's generally what they feel. It's kind of like the same thing. There's always some truth to the joke. Um, and that's what I think. Every time things get really tough or he ticks her off too much, she threatens to leave. And I don't, I think if I was Salah at some point, I'd be like, fine, okay. Do you want me to pack you or are you going to pack yourself? I, I mean, you can't live with that constantly hanging over your head. If you misstep one time or things get a little too rough, that I'm out the door immediately. Like, cool. I'll find somebody that's going to stay with me through thick and thin no matter what. Obviously, it's not you.
what he said. He's like, I didn't mean anything for you. He's like, I did answer you. I said, we'll see tomorrow. So for him, he doesn't feel. Put it this way. One thing that's very different with us is that I'm very emotional and like in my feelings, and he's very. Like, how do I put it? Not really like that. Like, if he's tired, he can be cranky or like, without like it. Like, I guess I.
Okay. So he gave her an answer. He said, I don't know, we'll see tomorrow, which I think is a perfectly acceptable answer. And she was mad that it wasn't the answer that she wanted or how she wanted it. One of the other things that they could implement that would be great for them, because I have big emotions. I feel a lot. My husband is the kind of man that you could give him the gift he had been waiting his entire life to get, and he'd open it and he'd be like, wow, thanks, that's awesome. Like he doesn't show a lot of emotion. And so I get where that's a struggle, but one of the things that I have learned to do to help with our communication and to help my feelings not get hurt, is that I have learned when he says something, if it rubs me the wrong way, which generally is because I'm having a bad day or I'm emotional or whatever, I have learned to say, okay, did you mean that sarcastically or were you just saying it? And then he's like, no, I was just making a statement. Like I didn't, I wasn't meaning it bad at all. And so with that being something that I do, and he knows that I'm not like accusing him or anything when I say those things, like a lot of our communication mishaps have stopped happening because he'll say something and and sometimes I'm like, did you mean that to sound how it came out? And then he was like, yeah, sorry, I probably shouldn't have said that. I didn't think before I said it, and that I could have rephrased it a different way. But in the process, it cuts down on stupid things like this happening, which I think they could gain a lot from.
I just took it personal. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, I don't know, Breeze. Like, he's just very, you know. Yeah, we have to, if you want to unmod me, you can. I don't want you to feel anyway. Just found a channel I wanted to support. I didn't even know anything was sent until. No, Nina, is that. What?
Okay, so Nina just okay. Foodie has turned the chat replays off on both of these, so we really can't see anything. But Nina just sent in a super chat and said, if you want to unmod me, please do. I had no clue I was causing problems. I had no clue this was causing issues. Like, feel free. Because Nina realizes that some of this is blowback from her.
Don't be silly. Are you talking about the Salah thing? No, as if I don't think anything like that. No way. Hey, Ageless. No, I don't think anything like that, Nina. Never. I get cranky too. Like, I was really cranky with him. Like, maybe I was, too cranky back. I don't know. Hey, Linda. Yeah, exactly, YouTube lover. Hey, Candace. Kenya. Salah is, like, he doesn't even, he's just, you know, respectful to my chat, especially my mods and people who have been here and supportive of us. Like, Nina, it's nothing, it's normal to get on each other's nerves. Yeah, I also too get cranky back. Like, do you guys ever, like, get in fights with your boyfriends, husbands? I don't know.
Generally, no. Generally, the closest thing we come to a fight is a conversation. And this is how this made me feel. This is what I'm stressed about. This is, what we're dealing with. How do you feel about it? Okay. If for any reason we don't find something that we can fully agree on completely, it then becomes a conversation of where do we find common ground and where do we, work this out. But on the whole, generally, we don't have fights because we work very hard to have healthy communication skills and to have a very healthy relationship all the time. Um, it's just how it is in my house.
Hey, normal set. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Like, yeah, it's like I always just expect him, lamb and rice. I just always expect him to just be like super gushy and loving and like never in any other mood other than super like happy to see me at all times of the day. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, teardrop, right?
That is a completely outlandish expectation to have. I mean, that's not it's not humanly possible, I don't think. To always constantly be happy and excited and everything else. Plus, I think it would be harder to be that way with somebody like Chantal, who, has stolen your wallet, who does disrespect you regularly, who doesn't, you are more concerned about their health than they are. Um, I think it would be hard to always be excited to see her. Um, she has these horrible, freakouts and getting butt hurt over stupid things. And on top of it, we have to realize like Salah is in the position that he is in and stuck where he is um, because of her behavior and her actions. He wanted to travel. He wanted to do the YouTube travel vlogs and stuff like that. Like that was his dream. That was what he wanted to do. And now essentially that is never going to be an option for him again because of her actions and her behaviors that have led him to the existence that he is living today. So I don't know that I'd be excited to see her every single day.
Aw, sorry, Breezeth. That's too bad that about the job. Nelly. They're a pain, but we love them, and vice versa, Hi, Faye. Can be. He's been really stressed with a lot of things as well. But I don't feel like people should think that he would ever be dangerous to me. Like he's never ever been abusive or anything. So like,
Okay. Everybody is capable of it. Just saying. Like, is that the intention going into it? No. Is that a plan? No. However, I don't care who you are. if you put people in the right circumstances, in the right situation, and they get just crossed a little bit too far over a certain line, everybody is capable of harming another. Like, and that's the truth of humanity, though. It, it's very sad to say that, but that is the truth of it.
Like, he would never, he's not like that at all. You know? I'd sell mine for the right price. It's a Muslim guy thing? You mean like Arab? Oh, we didn't break up. But I'm very like, I go really far. Like when I'm upset over even something small, it's like, well, fine, then like I'll just leave if you don't, you know. Like I always like threaten to leave, and it's not right.
It's not right, and it shows how much you respect and care about your relationship. I would never threaten to leave because like I made promises. I'm in this till the end. I'm in it to win it. it so that's not even an option. That's not even something to throw into his face. But she uses it quite regularly, which I think should tell you a lot about how she views this relationship.
That's how I handle problems. I realize like I just want to evade them and run away. When the doctors ask, do you feel safe at home? That's a question you need to ask my husband, not me. Millie, if you need a break, don't go to Qatar. No, I won't. Hey, Jill. Maybe some time away. Well, that's the thing. Like, we don't ever have personal time. We're always together. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I have BPD. I mean, I've never been tested, so.
Okay, so we're going to get another girl with BPD. And if you never have personal time to yourself, find a hobby. Find things to do that keep you both busy. Like, I I absolutely adore my husband. I love to have him around. However, on the weekends when he is off work and he is home for too long, this man makes my house messy and it causes me to have extra work because I have to go behind him. And then when he gets bored, he will literally just pace in the house. Or he tries to help me do my things around the house, which is very sweet and kind. However, he does not do them the way I do them, and then it gives me more work. So, we are both very big fans of having hobbies that we can do, so that when one or the other is busy, we have things to keep us busy and entertained. And then when we, do have the time to spend time with each other and relax, like we can just enjoy each other's company. And it's not annoying because, somebody's always in your face all the time. So maybe she could crochet, she could embroider, she could read, she could paint, um, she could learn to hand sew garments. That would be really great for her, honestly, since she keeps having to size up. If she could learn how to hand sew, it'd be brilliant.
You're not the first person to say that. My husband does that and I hate it so much. No, I don't think that's feasible, Anonymous, but. Hey, Punk Rock. Hey, Greg. I'm pretty sure I've undiagnosed BPD, the way you spelled it. Yeah, it's not easy for him to just come to my part of the world. It takes time. But I don't know, he doesn't seem to have much interest in that right now.
Yeah, because there is no chance of it right now. I mean, honestly, you took away every option that he had. Every single one is pretty much gone now.
He's just focusing on, building a life here and.
Yeah, because that's his future. That's all he has. Like, he needs to build it and make it the best that it can be because you destroyed everything that man had and any future he would have had outside of Syria.
What happened with DLF? I haven't been on his channel in forever. He just started like really freaking out and saying some really racist shit, and I was like, I can't support that. Do you tell him how you feel? Yep. Yeah, Saber, I'm really emotional in relationships. Yeah.
She's emotional in general. Have you seen her go after the reaction channels and sit there and rage and scream for hours on end over people on the internet saying stuff about her that she's never going to meet in person and that she's never really going to have any real interactions with? I mean, well, maybe like FFG because, she does like to show up and see Chantal in person. But outside of that, I mean, why are you sitting and screaming at the internet for 2 and 3 hours? You're emotional everywhere.
Unpredictable, yeah. He's always been that way. Really? He's always been that way? I mean, I would come in once in a while, but I wasn't like a regular, like, all the time on his channel, so. But is he still making videos? I'm adjusting, Linda, but sometimes it's challenging. Oh gosh, a YouTuber named Dragon Lord Frodo, teardrop. Hey, Minna. I don't really feel like I miss Canada. Maybe for some things, yeah. Yeah. I just feel like, I don't know. Julia, thank you. AC and electricity. Oh, the government electric stopped. Yeah. And I mean, he's done like a lot to try to make me comfortable with living here. But I know, Nubby. Thanks, Tiny. I do miss help. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. Thanks, Ageless. Yeah. What did I even say, YouTube? I forget. Oh my gosh, let me turn down the fan. It's on high full blast.
Okay, I think that's gonna be all of this one that we're gonna get through and cover. Um, so I don't know. I was very interested to hear how the fight started, and she kept blaming him, and I really think it's all on her. And then to hear her kind of try to walk it back and say that things you know weren't as bad as they seemed. It was really her being too emotional. I'm kind of interested to see if this is something that continues to happen or not. I don't know. Maybe she'll listen to what I have to say and implement some of it. We will have to see. Um, but let me know if you guys think, was the fight fake? Was it real? Do you think she's doing it to get views, or is this just something that randomly happened? Um, I know that I personally think it was real, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. But let me know. Make sure that you guys are liking and subscribing so that I can hang out with you guys as often as possible. And until I'm back, I'm going to remind you that you need to be good and behave yourselves. But if you can't, at least do it right and make me proud, and then post it online so we can talk about it later. Bye, guys.